Hey writers, today is Tuesday, February 20th, 2024, and in this edition of my newsletter, I'm talking all about research, and in particular, how research is playing a role in the memoirs that are getting published now. So some of those memoirs will feel like gripping stories, and you just feel swept away by the story, and yet you are learning things along the way. Whereas other memoirs are explicitly trying to teach you something, and you see that education happening in addition to seeing the writer's story. So I give you some examples of this so that you can see how that works in various books. And then I share some of the insights that I got from the AWP conference when I attended a panel presentation on hybrid memoirs. Now, if you don't know what I mean by a hybrid memoir, there's a link to teach you more. And then I share 3 different strategies you can use in order to incorporate research into your writing life and your writing process, regardless of whether or not you're writing a memoir, narrative nonfiction, or even fiction. So these strategies will work for everyone. So I hope you take a look at this edition of the newsletter and check out these strategies and try them out. Also this week, my interview with Sarah Perry is live, and she is the author of the best-selling memoir After the Eclipse. Oh my gosh, we had the best time talking. And while we shared some very heartfelt moments, Sarah is a writing instructor, and we really talked about the writing process. We talked about how to structure a memoir, how to deal with memory lapses. We talked about how to navigate research, which is a nice pairing with today's newsletter edition. And then also we talked about just how you figure out where you want to place the focus in your book. And that's really important because Sarah's memoir is about her mother's murder. And she could have focused all of her attention on the murder mystery, and yet she doesn't. And she talks about why in this episode. So I hope that you will listen to it. I think it's going to teach you so many things about how to write your book. Also, on Thursday, my episode with Athena Dixon drops, and that's another fantastic interview. Athena is the author of The Loneliness Files, which is an acclaimed memoir that is getting lots of traction. And in fact, at AWP, her memoir sold out on the first day. Tin House sold all the books. So that just tells you exactly how great this book is. And in her episode, we're talking about the various aspects of loneliness and how that affects us, how we write about certain things, what our definitions of success are, and our experiences in sensory deprivation tanks. So much to check out this week. I hope that you take a listen to both. And this week, on Wednesday, I am also teaching Find the Memoir Structure That Works for You, which is a webinar for Jane Friedman. This is recorded, so you do not have to be present to attend and benefit from this webinar. And you know what? One of the things people have said is the most valuable piece of this webinar is the workbook. So there is a 55-page workbook that goes along with this webinar because, structure's deep. There is a lot for me to teach. And I wanted you to not just, learn the basics, but have an opportunity to go deep. So if you read the reviews for this, you will see that that is one of the best things about this webinar, in addition, I hope, to the things that I will share with you. So if you hadn't had a chance to register for this, the link to sign up is at the bottom of my newsletter. If you're watching this on YouTube, I will also add it to the description for this video. So I want to wrap up by thanking you for showing up to your writing life and for showing up to this newsletter, which I hope is also a way that you're showing up for your writing life. I want you to pat yourself on the back for making it through almost 2 months of the year, for dedicating yourself to your writing life. And if you're working on a story, something is calling you to write it, something in your soul. And I want to thank you for heeding the call and for showing up to your writing and to your life. May everything you learn about research this week help you write on.